The Houston Health Department reports dramatic decreases in the number of people going to get tested for COVID-19. This comes as the department reports more than 1,400 new cases and 14 deaths in the city today. Chris Costa shows us why public health officials are urging people to get tested even if they do not feel sick.
Don't let your guard down.
Medical experts are begging people, get tested. Testing shows how quickly the virus is spreading in our communities. In Houston, for every 5 people tested, at least 1 is positive. The health department says fewer people are getting tested now. Bad weather temporarily closing sites is one factor. Even with fewer people getting tested, Houston reports at least 1,000 new cases each day in the last 4 days, up from last week's average of 820 new cases a day.
They need to come down dramatically. Otherwise, what's happening in the community will end up in our hospitals, and people will get very, very sick, and people will die.
In July, the city reported more deaths and more new cases than all the other months of the pandemic combined.
But the virus is not tired and bored of us.
As elected officials, including Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, push to increase available testing sites, UMMC Chief Medical Officer Dr. Joseph Verone says they're also showing a 1 in 5 positivity rate. And he says 50% of those positive tests show no symptoms and can potentially infect dozens of others.
In all honesty, you can be killing people without knowing.
Making the choice to get tested a crucial one. In Houston, Chris Costa, KHOU 11 News.